Hi there.
Technical difficulties again.
Yeah.
Hi everybody.
I'm
I'm
getting
Dave,
old.
and she's Amy.
I am. I'm Amy.
And this is
Thank God.
the Intuitive Angel Internet Facebook Live program. Here, I'll brighten up the room.
Oh, it doesn't work anymore,
Darn it,
Dave.
it doesn't work anymore.
Oh gosh, you must have fixed it.
Oh, that or I got sour. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Okay, for those of you who are new to our show, it's called the the Intuitive Angel Radio Show page. It's radio show. That's our page. And the reason we're not on radio is because we discovered Facebook Live, and Facebook Live is so much better because it's interactive, it's fun. I can talk to you directly. You can see me doing the readings, and so we love it. But we just never changed it. Hi there, hi everybody who's coming on board. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to do. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about the class. If you want to be in our class, it's the Intuitive Angel Psychic Development Class group, and you have to ask to be in the class. You have to go up and put, please let me join, and then I'll go up and make you join. It's a closed class, but you know, anybody, we just don't want strangers coming into our class while we're doing it. So what we're going to be talking about in that class, and then next week's class on Friday and Saturday, is so you're hearing your angels, you're doing your tarot readings, you're ramping up your intuition. So what? Isn't that exciting? So what we're looking at is methodologies for making the intuitive hits and the wonderful information from your angels come true in your life. How are you going to bring it into your life? And with a lot of help from a lot of people around the world, we've come up with a list of things to do, and I'm going to be explaining it to you and teaching you how to do it and teaching you how to bring all that joy and abundance you wish for into your life. So today we're going to be doing teacup readings, and a long time ago, like a million years ago, right, I was a little girl, maybe 5 or 6, and my aunties and my mom would drink tea, and they drink tea with the tea leaves in it. And then when they would finish, one of my aunties would always say, "Tell me what the tea leaves say." And my mother would look at the tea leaves in the bottom of the bowl, and she would see in the tea leaves pictures, or it would give her ideas, and so she would read fortunes. So that was one of my earliest memories. And then the other aunties would read each other's fortunes, and they just had a rousing good time playing with tea leaves. So when I saw these new cards come out, they're called teacup cards or tea leaf cards, I thought, wow, this is just like tea leaves. So how you do teacup cards is you do a number of them out, and then you kind of smush them around, and then you read them just like you would tea leaves. And so the areas of your life are study and introspection. What about that? What about growth? What about new ideas? What about where do you stand right now? What can you do to enhance or maybe ramp it up, ramp it down in what you're doing right now? What do you need to give up? What is something that if you let go, good things would happen? And then in the middle, what's the overall energy for the next year? So that's what we're going to do. And Dave, do you have announcements or anything special, or did I just do them for you?
No, you did do everything for me there because there we go. There's Bob. It's not this Friday and Saturday, but next Friday and Saturday, March 3rd and 4th. Friday from 7 to 9, and then Saturday the 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. It's going to be Amy's mediumship and psychic development class, the live one here at the Intuitive Angel, 83 Century Drive in Oswego. And it's going to be about putting intuition and guidance into real-time action. That's the way you say it.
Oh, Dave is the wordsmith.
That's the way you say it right there. Okay?
Alrighty.
All right. So again, that's happening Friday, March 3rd from 7 to 9, and Saturday, March 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. And it's by donation. Doesn't cost a penny unless you choose to. And if you do choose to, of course, we always ask you to dig deep.
Okay.
Amy always likes that. She always thinks that's funny.
I always think that's funny.
That's cool. Anyway, you ready to do some teacup readings?
I am. Who do we start with?
Or tea leaf readings? All right, let's start off with the birthday girl. It's our old friend Deborah from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Happy birthday to you.
February 22nd, 1956 is when she was born.
Okay, so again, we're putting the cards down. There's many different ways, so those of you who are learning
If you pull it
intuition,
back a little bit, they can see them on the thing, see?
kind of.
Sort of.
Maybe. Okay. Anyway, what I'm using is the 4 directions reading in order to do the cards. There's lots and lots of different ways, but I feel the most comfortable for me, especially on this show, with the 4 directions. So the north always means study, the east always means new beginnings, the south means what's happening with you, and then the west means change, what's going to change. And then we have the middle direction, which is the direction of heaven and earth. So it's very easy to do. So we're going to start with Debbie. Debbie, you have right now what you're doing, being in the north, so the north is going to last for a little bit, is you have the basket. And it means that you're going to be recognized. You're getting ready to accept recognition. People are going to see all that you have to offer. You might want to take some time to get it organized, even to make a list for yourself. That one of the activities I'm having my students do lately is make a list of the things that they're good at. So Debbie, that's what you should do. And the reason you want to look what you're good at is because if you ask to enhance what you're good at, the things that you're not good at come and flow into space. And I'll give you an example. I get lots and lots of ideas, but what I've always been good at is doing this. So sometimes I get an idea and then it just doesn't happen. But when I focus on being a psychic and helping you, then everything just falls into place, okay? So focus on your strengths. So next, Debbie, in the springtime, so the next thing you have to worry about, and it's all happening simultaneously, not the geographical springtime. So it says that there's a fear you have of getting stabbed in the back. It's the dagger. So that would be a hurdle for you to overcome, especially since you're looking at the things you're good at. So the dagger is something that you have to realize you can't please everybody. That's important. That's what this card means. Then in the south, so what's your strength, it says that it's the bell. You're good at announcing things to people. You're good at talking about new things that you've done. You have a real strength in that, bringing people to new and exciting ways of looking at things. So you have to, I would enhance that. I would say, angels, I'm really good at finding new things and getting people excited about it. Please help me to find ever new and better things. And then the change is that you're going to stop. It's a stubborn, aggressive person, like a ram. So when you do change, you might be with or have in your environment a stubborn, aggressive person. But usually you dislike it because it reflects things inside of you. So if you can be stubborn and aggressive, one of the things that you're working on in this cycle is you want to work on that trait. If there is a stubborn, aggressive person in your life, you want to look to be able to laugh, to just go, really? Okay, great. So you want to be careful of the ram. And then the overall is really wonderful. Well, it's the money path. Woo. So it says that if you manage to overcome the feeling that you're being persecuted, shout to the rooftops what you believe in, take care of the stubborn, aggressive nature in you and in others, and be sure to share your gifts, you are going to have the money tree. I want this card, so we're just going to...
I mean, I can look at these cards. And let's see, we have the dagger. So if you feel like you're going to get stabbed, you have the basket. Don't be a basket case, but ring a bell. Ram it on through, and you'll be on the path to money. How about that?
Well, that's pretty amusing.
How did you manage?
That's why I'm good at this, and you're good at singing, Dave.
Okay. Well, that's up
but actually, it sounded pretty good.
That's up to opinion there. Anyway, thank you very happy birthday, Debbie, and say hi to Kenosha for us.
Okay, who's next?
Next up is Sharon from Aurora, where she was born March 20th, 1970.
Okay. Sharon. So the thing you need to study, Sharon, is that you can't let disappointment in a friend or a lover, you can't let it overwhelm you. It's very important. So when it's the flute. The flute means a vase or a container for flowers. So you have to bring thoughts and multitudinous different kinds of flower thoughts into your life, and so you don't become overwhelmed with bad news. And that's a technique. I have to say, all of you out there who worry about our government and what's happening, you have to learn to bring flowers into your mind's eye. That's why on Facebook, when somebody's ranting and raving, I just do flower, 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 flower. I don't answer back because it doesn't really do any good. But the flower, flower, flowers help me to feel better. So flower, 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 Sharon. Okay, the next one is the actual teapot. So there's a deep friendship you're developing. So having tea with someone means that you're beginning to discover someone who really cares about you. So it's a friendship. And then the one for the what your strength is that you're a bull. You don't back down from people who are coming at you. You stand your ground. That's a very good trait, except in the case where maybe you have to reassess why you're standing your ground. So that means sometimes you have to look at the rules you're using to decide what to stand your ground on, and you have to maybe swap them out with other things. It isn't as hard as it sounds, because right now nobody knows who's on first. So if you have an old rule and you look at it, for instance, standing your ground would be something like, I'll never get divorced. And that's a rule that might have come from your parents. In my family, there's only like 2 or 3 of us who've ever gotten divorced. And that's, 800 of us. So you have to be able to break a rule if it doesn't suit you. And then there's going to be new romance. The rose, romance is in the air. Isn't that really fun? So that's the thing that's going to be changing. So the angst you have right now, the new friendship that's coming in, you sticking to your guns, it's going to lead to romance. And then the last card is, it's the club. The club is like, boom, don't let anybody make you do something against your will. So if you hang on in there and don't compromise your integrity, you're going to find love. Okay. Take care, Sharon.
All right, there you go, Sharon. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Angela's next.
Okay, Angela.
September 28th, 1972. And from Panorama, California. Did I say that right?
I guess so.
Okay.
Okay, oops, Angela, got to do your middle card. Okay, right now, there's the skull. So what that means is that there are some people who, or yourself, who are keeping secrets from you. One of the things I'm recommending for everybody that they learn to meditate, and a really wonderful meditation app where you don't have to spend any money to get the basic meditation. You can spend a couple dollars to get other ones, but I just use the basic ones personally, is Om, O-M-V-A-N-A, Omvana. It's a wonderful app. And so once you learn how to still yourself, and they do a kind of a meditation that doesn't require you to sit there and curl your legs and be weird. This is just a very open, present kind of meditation. Some things in your past or some secrets that you kept from yourself will come up. So that's important, because as they come up, whoops, as they come up, you can throw them on the floor. Yes, and that's true. As they come up, you can go, okay, out. What did that mean to me? And it doesn't mean that to me anymore. I can change who I am. So that's important. You're in this time of change right now. What's going to happen is that if you do this, your problems are going to be resolved. You're going to understand why you feel the way you do. For instance, when I was a little girl, which just came up recently, one of my uncles was inappropriate with me. I certainly didn't suffer as much as some of you who were abused, but it did take away my feeling that everything was going to be all right. And when I told my mom, she said, be quiet and don't lie, and she just got on with her work. Now, in her defense, there were 17 people living in our house, and it was chaos, and she just couldn't handle it. And then later I found she had had the same thing happen to her. So I can have compassion for everybody, including myself. But what happened was I was always afraid of men. So when you recognize that, poof, it goes away. And you can put something else in there. Men are wonderful, and there's nothing to be afraid of. And I can stand up for myself if ever there's anything inappropriate. So I hope you're all getting that? Okay, good. Then your strength is successfully overcoming any problems. It doesn't get much better than that. So your strength is that once the problem is surfaced, then you will overcome it, and then you won't have it anymore. So you get lighter and lighter, and that leads to, yay, good fortune. So you're going to have wonderful good fortune once you accomplish all these things. And let's see what else. Victory in an endeavor. So if you're looking for a job, or you're trying to change, you can find a great relationship, whatever it is that you're working on, you're going to have victory if you take care of these 4 things. Perfect. Okay, take care.
All right, Angela, thank you very much for chiming in. We appreciate it. And welcome to all the people that keep coming in.
Yay.
And want to say thanks to the people that are listening. If you're not watching us live, but say it's later in the week and you're just watching the rerun of this, or watching the video on your own, thank you for tuning in. Last week, you would have been among one of over 1,800 people.
I know, 1,800 views. Yes.
Isn't that cool?
That's absolutely amazing to me.
That's wonderful, and it's amazing because I look at the top of the screen and it says 18.
Well, that means there's 18 people looking live, more or less.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, it'd be cool.
Well, you share. Please share. Please share with your friends.
Exactly.
Please look later. Just keep the good news flowing. And those of you who want to be psychics, just think of it as a fly on the wall watching somebody do it. Also, I want to tell you, you're going to get hits because the people who tune in usually are very intuitive. So if I hold up a card and say something and you get a kind of a different hit, that's okay, because each card has maybe 144 facets to it, so you can look at it all different ways. So your particular gift is going to look at it one way, mine might look at it a slightly different way, and all the ways you look at it are perfect. So you might have something a little bit different to share, but I guarantee you're all going to get hits. Okay,
all right,
next?
Judy's next.
Judy. Hi, Judy.
April 8th, 1962. And Weehawken, New Jersey. Okay.
Okay, Judy.
Amy's handwriting.
Right now, you're going to receive a gift, so get ready. Sometimes when you receive a gift, it can be something like, oh, Amy, I love your earrings. That's a gift because it's a compliment, right? But the tendency is to, oh, they're nothing. So in this case, Judy, I'm going to tell you, say thank you. I worked hard, or thank you. I really think so too. Something like that. To just absolutely accept the gift and bring it into your heart because you deserve it. The next one is a gift of jewelry, a diamond. Woo. So it may be that you're looking to solidify a relationship or to celebrate a long-term relationship, but it looks as if something that has that meaning like a diamond is going to come into your life. So that's kind of fun because both the gift and then the gift inside is going to be a diamond. And then your strength is pride. You have the energy of a peacock, and if you've never seen them live, they're pretty amazing. I used to go to the zoo with my kids and grandkids, and I used to just sit in the peacock compound because they let them roam around by your feet. And when one of them would open up their feathers, I would just go, oh! I mean, I would do this for hours because they were truly lovely. But the warning here is beware of pride. So it can be your own pride, or it can be someone else who needs some work but doesn't think they do. Okay, so what if the peacock needed some repair of their feathers and they weren't noticing it and they were walking around? Your tendency would be to point it out to them. So you want to think of ways, both for yourself and others, that you can improve all the time and to share in a nice way. And then the last one is the axe. It says that there may be forces working against you. In other words, you can have in your own psyche ideas that aren't good. So when you think of forces, don't think of demons or anything like that. Just think that maybe some of your beliefs don't really honor you, and it might be time to recognize what those are. So if you make that list I was talking about of all your good points, then you can actually look at them, enhance the good points, and anything that doesn't honor you, get rid of it. Axe it, get rid of it, cut it out. And then the overall, oh, this is really nice. Family wishes come true. I love this so much. So it's like, if you have wishes and your family has wishes, like I'd love to live near my son so that the kids could actually walk to the house. That's one of my, and the kids want that wish too. So a family wish similar to that is going to come true. And I'm very excited for you. Take care. Okay.
All righty. Next up, who do we have next up? Next up, we have Bethany.
Okay.
She's from Chicago originally. June 14th, 1990 is when she was born.
Okay. Bethany. Your first card, this is the thing that you need to study. It's parting of the ways, either romantic or business, and it's broken ring. So you're probably feeling that you want to take it on down the road, and that's okay. To change things or to admit that it's not working right now is perfectly okay. But you want to be careful to understand what's not working, because I used to work in human resources, and if somebody came in and they were interviewing and I said, why did you leave your job? And they said, oh, everybody was against me. I could guarantee that a couple of years later they'd be sitting in my office saying everybody's against me. So you want to be careful of that, and you want to understand why it's not working out, mainly so you don't get yourself into the same problem again. So that's your kind of study. Why am I feeling this way? Let me list it. Let me see what I would want in the future. Then you've got the beetle, which is really wonderful. Once you do that, you're going to find an ideal job. So the beetle is always good fortune. So even if you see a little beetle in the backyard, or now that it's warmer out here in the Midwest, if you see something, that beetle is going to be really, really good luck for you, good fortune for you. And then you have the yoke. It means that probably the thing that you've been feeling that you haven't liked so much is the feeling of being tied down. Maybe you need to go places you've never been before, or travel, or try something brand new. I just read an article that more and more people 60 and over who've always done the same thing are changing their jobs. Like my eye doctor decided to become a photographer. He was tired of eye doctoring, he was tired of the high insurance, he was tired of the whole thing, and so he decided to become a photographer, and he's got some pretty amazing pictures out there, and now people are hiring him for his pictures. So you can totally reinvent yourself, don't worry. And then there's the hand. You've seen that thing, talk to the hand. It means don't worry if you put out your hand and ask for assistance, somebody's going to be there. It's probably not something you like to do, but assistance is really good. And then let's see what your middle card is. Your middle card, the overall, you're going to overcome all challenges. So the mountain means that you're going to, with all these things that I've talked about, if you just follow the directions, you'll overcome the challenges. There'll be that new wonderful job, new wonderful relationship, and lots of friends to help you out. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go, Beth. Thanks a lot. Vanessa is next.
I love these cards, Dave.
Yeah.
So good.
April 21st, 1987 is when Vanessa was born. She's originally from Chicago.
Okay. So, Vanessa, your big problem right now is you tend to, just like the great whale, you tend to greatly worry over nothing. So imagine the size of your worry. You're going to be crushed underneath it if you don't get yourself together. There's a hint on how to handle worry. If you can do something about it in the next 4 minutes, then go ahead and worry about it. If you can't do anything about it in the next 4 minutes, put it on the shelf and worry about it when you can do something about it. So don't let yourself get all embroiled in worry. Take a deep breath. Don't worry, be happy. The next card is the bat, and the bat says, take care. This is funny because I just told you not to worry, but this says that there are, you want to be careful of assuming everybody is loving you and working for you. It says your enemies are working against you. Now mind you, the cards come out of China where that belief system, darkness and enemies and things is more prevalent than here. But I would say that you want to be aware of the impression you're making and then change it if you need to. So when I read the news, we don't have very much happy news right now because the impression our president is making on a lot of people, whether or not he's doing good, that impression is causing a lot of people to be upset and not liking him. If he just is quiet and nice, then everybody thinks, oh, well, maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So it's the same thing with you. Beware of the impression you're making. And then next is the wheel, and it says, allow your life to change. Don't be indecisive. Go with the flow. So perhaps you're trying too hard to move it in one direction. You have to open your eyes and decide which way you want to go. And then the last one is the empty chair. It says that someone has just left, probably to go to the other side, or someone is going to be leaving. And that empty chair, I believe, is something you have to look at, because you might want to take over the role of that person. So like in a large family, maybe one person anchored cooking or wisdom or whatever. So you might be invited to sit in that chair. So just get ready. And then let's see what your middle card says. Ah, this is beautiful. Your middle card says, go out and have fun. Despite the fact there's a lot of work to do, one of the most important things you can possibly do is have a good time. And of course, the grapes mean have a drink while you're having the good time. Okay, take care, Vanessa.
All right. Thank you very much, Vanessa. We appreciate it. Next up, we have Chris. All right.
And if you're asking where did she get these cards, you can just type in tea leaf cards, and they are for sale on Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Chris, November 22nd, 1957, from Parts Unknown.
Okay, Chris. Right now, they're saying get back to the basics. Basics can mean meditation or studying or reading if you enjoy reading. It's whatever is basic for you. For a lot of people, they're looking at their physical health right now. So it might be that you want to eat right or get a little exercise. But whatever you do that's basic, that's the thing to be doing now. That's going to unlock your fortune. Next, one of the things that is going to enhance your life is a fair man. He has blonde, gray, or white hair. So some man with blonde, gray, or white hair, he doesn't have to necessarily be older, is going to come in and be a mentor to you or give you some advice. We become very isolated, especially with social media and stuff, and we don't actually deal with that many people. But this fair man is going to come in, and you might take some time to listen to him. And then the table. It says that a table is always sitting down at the bargaining table. There's hard work ahead to be able to do the things you need to do in order to have what you want. But you're going to have the strength to do that. You're going to actually love sitting down at the table. And so the fair man is probably going to be the one that's going to bring you to the table. And so you're going to learn how to do some things, and that's pretty exciting. And then this is called the dog far away. It's a good friend from far away is thinking about you. So I don't know if you've ever had that happen where somebody comes into your mind. My friend Madrado came into my mind so strong, and then there was a message from him, and it was nice. It was nice to see him and see his energy and what he's doing. And I'm always excited because we're always doing kind of similar things. So that's what's going to happen to you, a blast from the past. And then your middle card, the overall, is a pail. It says time. The pail is get out of any situation that doesn't serve you. Don't beat it to death. Don't be afraid to make a right-hand turn and get yourself out of Dodge, because when you go away, then sometimes you can come back victorious. Okay, take care.
All righty. Well, thank you very much,
I want to
Chris.
meet her gray-haired man.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to have to call Dave.
Okay. All right. Next up is Diane. August 24th, 1959 in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, Diane. Your first card, the one that you're going to have to, the thing that you're going to have to be working on is there was a loss in your life. And so you're still grieving that loss. Now, just so you know, grieving a loss, there's no set time. Somewhere between three weeks and 9 months. I mean, it depends on the individual and how prepared you were and how you feel about it. So I would kind of go with the flow on this and allow yourself to grieve. But if you see yourself saying the same thing again and again, like I really miss him or her, you might want to back off. You might want to think, well, I miss the cookies she baked, or I miss the smile that he had on his face. Try to be specific, because that really helps you to realize that that cookie recipe is still there, that smile is still in your heart, and it'll help you get through your sorrow. The next one is the vulture, and the vulture says, when you're sorrowful for a long time, you worry, you begin getting paranoid. So you worry that people are against you. So that's something that's percolating. I think you're going to overcome the vulture worry, but it might take a little work. One of the things that now we're understanding is that mental state is not just something you can deal with. It's not something you can overcome yourself. And one of the most basic, if you're having depression, one of the most basic things that you can do is eat. I know that sounds funny, but if we don't have enough protein, if you started a weird diet, if you suddenly become a vegan or a vegetarian, you can have you can have mental issues that have to do with eating. So in your case, I'd say my very favorite, Werther's Original Hard Candies. You can have one every time you're beginning to feel down, and it'll greatly enhance your serotonin uptake. So how about that? Sugar is actually good for you. It'll enhance your sugar, and it'll help you to overcome those feelings. Then it gets really nice, filled. It means that the loss you had is going to be filled. Someone's going to come into your life, and you're going to be overjoyed. So that's all kind of happening simultaneously, just so that you know. And then you will be playing a different role. Yay, you're going to learn something different, something exciting and wonderful, and it doesn't have to be the same old anymore. So the person who's going to come in to sit in that chair is going to change things up for you. And then in the middle, this is wonderful, love and deep affection. So you got the hearts. So your life is going to change for the better, and love is going to come into your heart. Yay! Okay, take care.
All right, thank you very much there. Who was this? Oh my goodness. Oh, it was Diane. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Diane.
So sorry. Diane. Okay. I get lost there. What can I say? Next up is Jackie. Jackie, originally from Cali, Colombia.
Hi, Jackie.
Yeah, it was, let's see, that is October 22nd, 1976.
Jackie sends me healing energy all the time. And next week, we're not going to have a show. I'm going to announce that right now, because the day before that, Tuesday the 28th, I'm going to go in and have some surgery. I have one of those IVC filters that you hear about on the news, right? But mine broke, and it poked through my vena cava and into my pancreas. Ooh. So they're going to be attempting to take it out, because it's not good to have that. So I'm going to take next Wednesday off, and then we're going to be back again in just a couple of days. Yes.
No show?
No show. I'm sorry. You could just do it. You're doing so well.
Oh, well.
I don't want you to be disappointed, so we're just going to take 1 week off.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And
well,
you could send prayers too.
You deserve, some prayers.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Would not be bad. Okay. Next up, we got Patrick from San Bernardino, California.
No, we didn't do Jackie yet.
Oh, we were doing Jackie, weren't we? I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
the reason I was thinking of Jackie actually is Jackie is one of my friends who's a really wonderful healer.
Okay,
so Jackie, you're a wonderful healer. Send me some energy.
Sorry,
so
Jackie.
this procedure all goes. It's just a day surgery, so it's not a big deal. But I just don't know how long the anesthetic will work, and I don't want to do a show where I'm drooling on myself. So okay, but Jackie, you have a cracked cup right now. Cracked cup means you might be dealing with a little dissatisfaction with your life, or how things are falling into place, or dissatisfaction with the people that are around you. You have to just take a deep breath and appreciate everyone, work, family, everything. You have to appreciate it as if you weren't upset. You have to see the people around you with wonder, and then this is just going to go away. And then, lo and behold, your intuition is going to help you to make beneficial change. Isn't that beautiful? So you have the unicorn. So honestly, I've been teaching people, enhance your intuition, get the information, and then put that intuition into motion. So that's what we're going to be doing next week in our class on Monday, and then again on Friday and Saturday. So you want to be able to put it into motion. So Jackie, you're going to learn how. And then you have the carrot, opportunity of a lifetime. So just once you get through with feeling bad about life in the universe, you're going to unveil this opportunity. So the carrot, you're going to have the carrot at the end of the stick. It's going to be wonderful. And then you have to be careful to avoid the wall is about misunderstandings. See, it takes like twists and turns. The only blockage that you're going to have to all the abundance the carrots are going to bring is a misunderstanding. So always do that reflective listening. I'm hearing you say blah, blah, blah. That's very important so that you can make sure that everybody is on the same page. And then overall, protection from a powerful friend. You've got dog. Dog is actually one of my favorite cards because I love to be able to do my intuitive work. I mean, that's just my life. But worrying about the day-to-day things, paying the bills, doing the things you have to do day-to-day, that's not my strength. So I have some really wonderful friends who come in and help me with that. And so I just love that dog card. So you're going to have wonderful friends who are going to come in and help you. Okay, Jackie, take care.
All right. And the unicorn is going to pay for that wall.
And the unicorn will pay for what? Okay,
who's next? That's a good question.
It was Dan, right?
Yes, it was Patrick.
Patrick, okay.
Patrick from San Bernardino, California. He was born on March 29th, a great day, 1959.
Okay, so right now, even if things are not the way you want them to be, what's happening is that there's a deep personal strength and peace that's coming up. So you're feeling kind of good, despite circumstances, you're beginning to really become joyful and hopeful. And it says that that feeling, that peace is going to assure success in anything. That's very interesting. And then the next one is the wedge. And it's be careful of things that pry you apart from the things that are joyful. So for instance, say you want a new job or a new career or a new way of doing things, but somebody says that job isn't scientific or there's a problem, or sometimes they're just talking through their hats. Don't let a wedge keep you away from your joy. Don't just say, okay, well, thanks for the info. I'm going to proceed because I really love what I'm doing. Got it? Don't let the wedge come in. And then the camel comes, and the camel says that you will overcome any obstacles or problems. The camel is the miracle of God that can survive in almost any situation. So any obstacles that are going to be thrown in front of you, you're going to be able to do it. And then you have the boat, which says that money or property or inheritance or winnings are going to come your way. Boat is one of the, there's maybe 5 really lucky cards in the whole deck, which is a couple hundred cards. So you have the boat, which means that if you persevere, you're going to start a whole new career, a whole new life for yourself. And then the overriding energy is throne. You're going to become the best at what you do. So that's pretty good. So even though it might feel a little wacky, the outcome of the whole thing is going to be just, you're going to say like, wow, I couldn't have believed it. So take care.
All right. Thanks a lot, Patrick. Next up, Joanne. February 15th, recent birthday. Happy birthday, Joanne. Belated. 1953 from Litchfield, Michigan.
Okay, Joanne. The most difficult part of your situation is over. You have the rainbow. It means that whatever you've been dealing with, you're in the home stretch now. So things aren't going to bug you. You're going to be absolutely, amazingly wonderful. So that's really good news. Then you have the torch, and it says spiritual development. So the outcome of being over the things that happened is going to give you like a light in the darkness, and you're going to see things that other people don't, and it's going to be really wonderful for you. Next, we have the gong, and it's an exciting event. So you're going to look forward to some kind of exciting event. Usually when I see the torch and the gong next to each other, it means that you're going to go someplace. If you're a speaker, you might be speaking, or maybe you're going to hear enlightening speakers. So I would get myself out of the house and try to do a couple of things, because you do have gong energy, because the right people at the right time will be there for you. And then you have a star. Ha! I love that. It's guaranteed success. So the star is an absolutely wonderful card. It's just that you have to know what it is you want to be successful at. Not that you should be open-ended with that, but once the success is given to you, it asks you to carry through with it, to do the things you need to do to be successful. Then the overall energy is the fly. It says you have to beware of your health. So sometimes when you have such good cards, you want to make sure that you take care of yourself, that you eat right, that you exercise, because sometimes when the fly comes, you chase it around and you forget to look for the good things that are happening in your life. All right, dear, take care.
Okie dokie. Let's see, next up we've got, who do we have? Melissa's next.
Okay, Melissa.
Melissa is June 17th, 1969 from Queens, New York. Thank you, she says. I'm learning a lot.
Okay, good. So the thing that you're learning right now is to have success with effort. It's the tower, and the tower says a solid foundation for things. So that would mean, say, if you decide to change jobs or go out and become a psychic or do whatever, you want to get a solid foundation to it. And it might take some effort to read the number of books you need to feel comfortable, or to be able to gather together the information, to watch enough shows so you feel good about doing readings. So just don't be afraid to put some effort towards your success. The next one you have is butterfly, which of course is just beautiful, and it's a change for the better. So once you put the effort in, it'll be rather effortless to have a change come into your life, and it'll be towards the better. And then you have rabbit, and it says, don't worry too much about sexual matters. Well, I didn't pull this card out, so it's there for you. Don't worry about who likes you or how cute you are or what's going on with you. Take a deep breath, focus on the spiritual aspect of things, and then this will just take care of itself. Okay? Then we have the woman. She is, you're going to have dealings or a relationship with a woman person, a partner, or somebody who greatly enhances your journey. Don't be afraid of that, because she is a woman who is you're going to look back and say, wow, that was a pivotal point in my life. And then the overall thing is the forest. It says that it's about, you may not have this journey as wonderful as you think, because you're prone to muddled thinking, so you can get lost in the forest. The forest isn't exactly a bad place, but it is something that can be disconcerting. So what it says is try to do as much clear-sighted thinking as you can, and all your dreams will come true. Okay, take care.
All of the dreams?
Every single one of them,
Dang,
including the rabbit.
There you go. Cool.
Cool.
All right, next up we have, this is a beautiful name. Zertasia.
Oh, hi, Zertasia.
Zertasia. She was born May 15th, 1977 in London, England.
Okay, wow, you have a great
Used to be London, well, I guess it still is London, United Kingdom, right?
London, England, United Kingdom, yeah.
Right. Okay. Continue.
Okay, you have the dolphin, and it says you have financial gain from someone you knew in the past. It's a really a card that indicates that there's going to be a great change, and it's going to be one that's going to be a pleasant surprise. Next, you have the door. The door says opportunities are waiting for you, and it's funny because I just completed a reading, and that's exactly the same thing. I was kind of amazed. So the door says that there's going to be these wonderful opportunities. I think one of the things about doors is you have to put your foot through it. You have to move forward. And the nice thing about it is you're going to change yourself in things, but you're still going to be you. You're always who you are. So if you do walk through that door, you won't leave all your friends and family behind. You're going to make changes, and then you're going to actually enhance your relationships. Next is the knot. It says successful plans. So you want to be sure that you don't let that knot come loose and there's no success. So you have to be able to tie up, I think it means tying up loose ends. And then we have the broom, new home, new attitude. So it can also mean a relationship. There used to be a thing, I think it's Scottish, that talks about jumping the broom. So when you jump the broom, you're actually committing to somebody. It's like a form of marriage. So with the broom, you first clean and then you commit. So I think that, again, it portends a new career, a new person coming into your life. So that's exciting. And then lastly, the shield. The shield means please defend yourself. Sometimes we forget how to do that. So you can defend yourself with humor. You can defend yourself with, you can defend yourself with facts, but you do have to remember to stand strong in what your beliefs are. So just remember that, and everything is going to work out perfectly. Take care.
Okay, well, there you go. Zertatia. I've never heard of that name before.
I love that name.
Beautiful, isn't it? All right, next up we have, we have Annie. Annie, February 5th, 1963, from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, Annie. First of all, you have the nest. It means an emotionally supportive, loving family is very important to you. So if for some reason I do believe that you have that right now, don't think about letting it go or getting rid of it. If you don't have an emotionally supportive, loving family, for instance, you're all alone, you can find a family here. The people who watch the show, the people who go to my classes, they all really love and take care of each other. So you want to look for that emotionally supportive group who are all moving together, who are talking and laughing together. That's very important for you. And then you have the man. It's pretty point blank. There's a man going to come into your life. You're going to have dealings with some gentleman or relationship with some gentleman, but definitely there's going to be a man in the next, say, 2 to 6 weeks that's going to create a change in your life. And then you have the jug, which is the jug of wine again, lightheartedness, carefree time, so maybe the man and you are going to go out. So it means that you're not going to be serious all the time. You might have a tendency towards being serious, but I wouldn't really worry about it, because this is saying just go ahead and have a good time, and that's what's the most important. Then there's the ant. It says that once you've had the good time, you will know how to work so that you achieve your goals. So ant is all about achieving and working. So it means that I'm looking at the cards, how they turned out. It means balance. You have to balance yourself. So not all nose to the grindstone. You have to have a nice balance where you do different things at different times. That's important. And then the key, oh, this is nice. It is the key. It's the successful outcome to everything that you do. So you have the key. So 2017 is going to be a wonderful year for you with wonderful, successful outcomes. You have to let me know about the man. Okay.
Congratulations, Annie. Okay. Next up, we have Dan. He was from San Bernardino, California, on October 24th, 1956.
Notice how when he says it, he goes into Oklahoma talk.
What?
San Bernardino.
Did I say San Bernardino?
You did.
I still have a cold and I'm still on drugs. So.
Okay, well, that does it all. That does it. Okay, Dan. This is the gavel, and it's about legal matters. It says involvement with the law, but not like getting arrested. What it means is if you want to read any contracts you might be moving into. So you might need somebody who has a legal eye to look at anything that you're doing if you're going to sign anything contractually. It's not bad at all. It just means you want to know what's going on. Next, you have the bow. The bow is you're highly thought of. So the bow in the back of the hair, it portends respect. So if you're going through changes, the people who want you to come be with them are very respectful of you and the knowledge that you have. And then next is there's the hills. So you might feel as if the hills present obstacles. So I would actually say, go ahead and clip a picture out of National Geographic or whatever frame it, so you can get a cheap frame for 99 cents. Frame it and put it in back of wherever you sit to work, not so that you're facing it in back of it. So you always want the hills in back of you. In other words, you've already completed that. And then the hills won't seem like anything to you. And then you have the pin. It's a new job. So this year is the year of a new job, a new career. That's really important, especially given the other cards. And then you have, so hide this from your wife, you have the younger woman card. Dealings or relationships with a younger woman. So when you look at new job, career, it may be that the people you're working with are different than how you think. I think sometimes I've been doing a lot of new learning, okay? And I look at some of the pictures and I think, oh my God, I'm twice the age of anybody here who is teaching. Don't worry about that. You have something that they don't have. You have experience and you have knowledge of the path. Whether or not they want to listen to you, that's a whole other ballgame, but I believe that they will. So this woman, she may even actually be Oriental. This woman that might be working with you, don't think that she's brighter or smarter than you, because she's not, and you have something she doesn't have. You have knowledge. Okay, take care, Dan.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it. Mary's next. August 10th, 1958, from Oak Park, Illinois.
Okay, Mary. Mary. How many times can I tell you you have to be a psychic? You got the psychic card. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. It's very important, but before you go out reading cards, you have to trust your intuition for yourself. I can't tell you how important that is. So once you get an intuition, you have to put it into motion. You have to, if nothing else, write down what the intuition is, then write a sentence or two about what you're going to do about it. That anchors it in time and space for you, and then you're going to be able to share different intuitions with different people. Your next card is the Crown. It says that honor and respect will come to you, but to tell you the truth, it also means that you do have honor and respect. You just might be hard on yourself about what you've accomplished. Don't worry about it. You've accomplished a lot. Life is going to be very good for you and recognize you for all your accomplishments. But it's time to say, okay, I did all this. Now I want to do something different. Okay, so that different is the fox, and it says shrewdness, resourcefulness, especially in business. So you know what you're doing and where you want to go. If you're able to make it into steps, then everybody's going to be looking for you, because so many people now are having ideas because intuition is opening up, but no one knows how to move forward. Listen to the class on Monday. And then we have dog barking, advice from a friend. That's really interesting. So because of your knowledge, you might not always want to listen, but take the time, have a cup of tea with a good friend, let them bark at you, and they're going to say something interesting. And then, Mary, we have the Sun. It means that the overall outcome of everything is happiness and well-being, and you deserve it. Take care.
All righty. Thank you very much, Mary. We appreciate it so much. Keith is next. Keith, let's see, September 27th, 1954, from Rockford, Illinois.
Okay, Keith. Oops. So you have the bouquet. It means compliments from an admirer. So it might be somebody's going to make you chicken dinner or take care of you in some way. But there are people out there who admire you, and you want to enjoy that. You want to enjoy that they admire you. The next one is the lightning. Lightning is about flashing out with anger. And before I was talking about food and being able to control your emotions by eating, and not the kind of eating where you become the 600-pound person, but more to realize that the way you handle the world can be based on the nutrients you're getting. So I'm just warning you, if you fly off the handle a lot, which is what this says, you might want to modify it so you can step back and not do that. You might still think people are idiots, but you don't have to fly off the handle about it, okay? Werthers. Next is the wishbone. It says that the genie is going to grant you a wish. So you might have been wishing for a long time, but now that wish is going to come true, and be ready for it. Sometimes when the wish comes true, like I wished for more work, now I've got tons of work, and it's hard for me after having been sidelined for a while to get back into gear, but I'm loving it. Okay, so be careful what you wish for, and then when it does come, embrace it and love it. And then next is the leg. So it does a stepping into new experiences, right? So don't be afraid of new experiences. They're going to help you to grow. And then the last one is the turkey. I have to laugh because it's about the only thing in your whole reading really that besides your anger that you have to watch out for is someone who acts stupidly. That's what the turkey is about. So not everyone is playing with the full deck, and even though you expect the best out of everyone, when someone acts stupidly, just go, under your breath, turkey, and let it go, because there's nothing you can really do about it. You have to face facts, and you have to open up the doorway for new experiences and take care of yourself. Okay, take care.
There you go.
All right.
When you wish to read the stars, makes
the turkey
no
card,
difference who you are.
What did that mean, David?
I have no idea. You kept on talking about making a wish. And
making
so
a
I get
wish.
these
When you
earworms.
wish upon a star. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Ute's next.
Hi, Ute.
October 15th, 1953, and she was born in Germany.
Okay, Ute. Wow. You're under a time of extreme good luck. It means that no matter what you attempt to do with your life, there's going to be a real an aura about you that's going to help you to go ahead and do it. So you're incredibly lucky in all your wishes. Then you have the flag, which is do not be tempted to lower your standards. You have very high standards, and you don't want to be non-integrous. That can be a little difficult. Not saying integrity is difficult, but what I am saying is that sometimes the harshness which you place yourself is misplaced. So you want to be easygoing about what you do, and you want to always do your best, but you don't have to kill yourself. Okay? Next is the Weeping Willows. The Weeping Willows says that there may be some family, well, the actual card is family sorrow, but it's more about people taking off in directions that you don't necessarily agree with, so you feel as if they're walking out of your life. I wouldn't be too concerned about it, because the next card you have is the goldfish, and the goldfish is one of the few cards that talks about material wealth, so it says there's going to be quite a large increase in material wealth for you. I think actually in this year for a lot of people, so I know there's so much anxiety about different rules that are coming down, but the truth of the matter is overall it's going to lead to great abundance. So the family sorrow thing might even not happen. It might turn around. And then you have the carriage. It says a journey, either physical or mental. So you're either going to go learning something, or you're going to actually go back to Germany for a while and check it out. So some kind of a journey that's going to be part of this whole thing for the year. So just enjoy yourself, Ute. Take care.
All right, Ute, got you down. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Candace.
All right.
August 29th, 1952, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, Candace. Right now you're dealing with karma. You're reaping what you sowed. Karma is strange because it isn't really, it isn't punishment or good luck. It's just the kind of the soup you're swimming in. So I believe that in this case for you, you were very kind to people in the past. I actually see you handing out bread out the back door to people. So you were actually keeping a lot of people alive, so now a lot of people are going to come to keep you alive. So karma can balance out on the good side, so I think that's what's happening to you. Then you have the finger. It says that the finger is like the fickle finger of fate. It points to a problem that you might be coming up to, but luckily you see it and you have the courage and the and the belief to do something about it. So say you know that you're going to get laid off, or that your job is only going to be for a little while, or something happens. You can make arrangements to get a little break for 2 or 3 months. Or you can stay home and hide under the covers. So what this card is saying, go ahead and be sure you're very much aware and in the present, and then you'll be, with the good karma that you have, you'll be able to take care of any problem that comes up. And then there's the tulip. It's great passion. So it's either sexual passion, or it's the kind of passion where you're passionate about what you do. You're very excited. I'm going to go for you're excited about what you're going to do, except, of course, I would want you to have a good time. So then there's a cobweb, and that means that cobweb is actually in this. It protects you from any negative forces. So, and that's happening simultaneously. So you're actually very protective. Again, another result of karma. So your karma protects you and makes you feel good about life, the universe, and everything. And then we have the middle card, and the middle card is horse. It means that you're going to go on a short journey. So it could be a journey of learning something. It could be an actual journey of going someplace. But it isn't going to take up more than, say, 5 or 6 weeks of your time. Okay, take care.
All right. Thank you very much there, dear. We appreciate it very much. And that was Candace, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to remind everybody, if you just joined us, don't forget, it's not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. Friday, March 3rd from 7 to 9 o'clock. Saturday, March 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. It's going to be Amy's mediumship and psychic development class here at 83 Century Drive in Oswego at the Intuitive Angel.
Can put your cute face here. Say hi, everyone. There. So that's the voice.
Hi. Hi. Anyway,
I'm always on camera, Dave. It's
well, that's
nice
okay.
To
It's Amy's mediumship and psychic development class. You have to look around in my brain there to see the things I'm needing to say. But anyway, it's going to be about putting intuition and guidance into real-time action.
Yep.
And that's going to be happening again, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, Friday the 3rd and Saturday the 4th of March. And the Saturday class, of course, is going to be a repeat of the Friday class from 1 to 3 p.m. And it's all by donation. We just ask that you dig deep.
He always says that.
Well, it's true, and it works.
Okay, yay. Okay.
Yes, we've kept the lights on so far.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's me. Hi, I'm Dave. Anyway, okay.
So where are we, Dave?
We are back to Amanda.
Okay.
She was born May 29th, 1982 in Oaklawn, Illinois.
Okay, Amanda, you start out with something new, like a new job. It's the bag. Something exciting and new, a new job, some money coming your way, a new opportunity. So that's nice. That's happening like right now. There's something in the air, something that you can do. It's exciting, and accept it with all of your heart. The next one is the parrot, and the parrot says that be careful of who you share your secrets with. The person might speak them like a parrot without really thinking about it. So especially since the new efforts are coming, you don't want to hear things that you've shared come back at you. So I'm not saying to be totally quiet, but just be a little discerning. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. Okay, and then you have the dark man. Oh boy. This is just dealings with a man who has dark hair and is dark complected. It isn't good or bad. It's just that some kind of a man with dark hair is going to come into your life, and he's going to help your story along. But then you have the tankard. So the dark man is going to come, and the two of you are going to drink together and celebrate. Can you invite me, please, to the party? So the tankard means that you're going to have a chance to go out and have a good time, and just kind of just celebrate all the positive energy that's coming in. And if you're drinking too much, don't talk to the dark man, because he might just parrot everything. So they always tell a story. And then you have the wishbone. The wishbone, this broken wishbone, says that you have to be, you're in this wonderful positive energy, and you might just have a wish and then it doesn't come true, and it's shocking to you. So it is always if your wish is not granted, it doesn't mean the gods are against you. What it means is wish again. Go take a step back and look at the wish and wish in a different way, and then all will be well. Okay, take care, Amanda.
All right, thank you, Amanda. Amy, can you do me a favor? Can we scoot you over this way to your left a little bit?
Oh, I know, I'm blocking the sign.
The sign that I worked so hard on. There, that's a 0 at the end there. There we go.
Oh boy, Dave.
High tech.
High tech.
Okay, Joe's next. June 30th, 1984, from Oak Lawn, Illinois.
This is a really interesting one. You've got a bunch of birds. That's rare, actually. So you have the bird perched. It's waiting for news or a package or a letter, so you're waiting. It might mean that you're waiting for a mortgage to be approved, or you're waiting because you're going to get a loan on a new car. It's that kind of being frozen in time and space, the bird perched and waiting. The next card is the pineapple, and it says that there's going to be reconciliation. That means that if you have a brother you haven't spoken to, or a sister who makes you crazy, you're going to get back together with those people. So maybe it's because you are waiting and you're perched that you're going to remember these people, or remember a time that they had where they were waiting, and maybe you didn't understand at the time, but it's definitely reconciliation. And then you have the stork. The stork means news of a birth or a business opportunity. So in your case, I believe that it's a business opportunity, so that again, don't be afraid. If you're waiting for some sign, when the sign does come, don't ignore it because you're waiting for a sign. Does that make sense? So this is going to be good. And I would actually give a date on this one. Sometime in May, there's going to be a business opportunity. And then you have the owls. So you have birds, birds, birds. And the owl is getting advice from a wise person. Isn't that nice? Hi, everybody. Getting advice from a wise person. So when you get that business opportunity, go ahead and talk to somebody who knows something about business, and get the business plan together and get yourself knowing where you want to go, and then everything is going to be fine. And let's see. This one is the ladder. It says your overall thing is this year is going to be a year of climbing to success. Hi, everybody. Climbing to success. So that's really, really good. I think you need that. You need that success and excitement. Okay.
All right. Amy, I just discovered something.
What?
With our new medium with our Facebook Live.
Okay.
I just look at the screen there, and look at this. You've got the biggest damn hands I've ever seen in my life.
That's because it's perspective.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked big.
Well, at least they're not tiny.
Okay. Don't
go there.
Started.
No,
I
we're
won't
not
do
going
it.
to go there.
I won't do it. Okay, Katie's next.
Okay, Katie.
January
Yay.
13th, 1967. She's from Chicago.
You have the dogs. So you want to get together with friends. It's really important. And we were just talking about it on the journey. So many of you are my friends, but we don't get to see each other because you're from all over the world. So one of the things Dave and I have been talking about is taking some time to actually invite friends over, get together, sit there and talk and chat where I'm not teaching or doing anything, where I'm just a normal person. So I would really recommend that to everybody, not just Katie. Get together with friends. The more we do social media, the more important it is to have actual eye contact with people. So the next one is the scales. It says, keep your life in balance. God, I love those little hearts and thumbs up. Keep your life in balance. It's very important. So there might be many, many things that you're doing. See, maybe one of the reasons we don't get together with friends is we get so really darn busy. But the darn busy doesn't do us any good if we don't have friends. What an oxymoron. So this says keep your life in balance, but in one of these things, put a bunch of friends. And then maybe you don't want to take that extra class or do whatever because you want to be with friends. Okay, next it's the bear. And the bear is watch out. The bear, everybody always thinks that bears are so cute. And I have a lot of wonderful clients in Alaska, and bears are dangerous. So watch out for bears. Watch out for somebody coming trampling all over, especially in money matters. So you want to, I'm trying to think of an example, but say somebody comes and says that you have to invest, or you have to pay this bill right away, or you have to do this or that. You don't have to do anything. You can take time to look at whatever it is that you're doing, and you can take, I'm just really falling in love with these hearts. So you can take time and think about it before you react. Don't let the bear scare you. And then there's going to be a dark woman. So it's just somebody who's going to come in your life to be helpful, or a guide, and she's going to have dark hair, and she's going to also be, let's see, dark complexion. So just look for her when she comes. She's a positive sign. And then we have an older man. So the dark woman and an older man are going to help you to make your dreams come true, which is really nice. Okay, so see, you have friends. The dark-haired woman and the older man come in, and everything changes.
Yeah, you know, that one card, this one, the bear card, reminds me of that Alaskan proverb.
What is that?
The Alaskan proverb. It's basically, whatever doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Except for
a bear.
Bears will kill you.
That's pretty good, Dave.
All righty. Giovanna's next. February 4th, 1967, from Chicago.
Okay, Giovanna, you have the tiger. It says, do something risky, take a chance, go someplace where your family doesn't believe you should go, invest in something risky, and life is going to be better. I was up in Findhorn in Scotland, and I was talking to one of the ladies there, and they said that the four-letter word in the English language that most predicts happiness is risk. So take a risk, and you're going to end up being happy. The next is a fair woman. So this actually just says that a fair woman is going to come into your life, one of those friends I'm talking about, but that she is going to make a difference. She's going to open up doors mentally and physically for you, and really help you move ahead. And then we have coins. It says that money will be coming to you. So if it's money that you've been worrying about, the money is just kind of naturally going to be there. You might have to work hard for it, but it's very, very possible. In my own life, I have to say that when I thought I had nothing, I was wrong. But it is hard work. So it's a funny thing. As I'm working hard and having all my dreams come true, I sometimes think I need a nap. So just take care of yourself. Okay, and last is the rooster. An arrogant, boastful person is going to come into your life. But instead of pointing out, this sounds kind of like things we're all going through. So an arrogant, boastful person, instead of pointing out that that arrogant, boastful person is wrong, you want to just kind of back away and take the path around to the other way. Don't confront, because it's not worth it. There's very likelihood that arrogance and boastfulness is about insecurity, and so it's just best to just make a left-hand turn and go right around and don't pay attention. So, and then lastly, the overall is the chain. Chain of events is going to affect your life in a positive manner. So, you know, I always laugh, like, where did that come from, or how did that happen? And when I look back, you can see all the little chains. Like, it's like one client says this, and another client says something else, and then all of a sudden, it's like little omens. So look for all the little omens, because they're going to really change your life for the better. Okay, take care.
All righty. Thank you, Giovanna. Only got a couple left here.
Okay.
Sharon.
All right.
June 8th, 1944. She's from somewhere in Illinois.
Okay, Sharon from somewhere in Illinois. Let's see. You have the funnel, and the funnel says you're having experiences, learning experiences, which are not always fun. And so that you shouldn't be afraid, because the experiences go in, you learn from them, they pour out the other way, and then they're gone. So don't worry if you're having a period of quote-unquote learning, because the next card you have is the moon. And the moon predicts change for the better. So the moon is always about very carefully just molding you and changing you. I just read this book that said that all human beings are born prematurely, and they're like molten glass and can be formed, whereas animals are born mature in the right amount of time, so that's why they can get up and walk and do all kinds of different things right away. But a human child is born premature, and then they need to be, not need to be, but they are molded by their environment. So that's what the moon is telling you. The moon is telling you, break the mold, be the person that you want to be. And then next is the spear. It's a heartaches over what you no longer have. I think that wherever you are is where you're supposed to be, and you should never spend a lot of energy worrying about what you don't have. Your peace and harmony come inside of you, not outside of you because of things. So if you start worrying about, oh my God, I had the prettiest house or the best relationship, just give it up. Bless it. Say, yeah, that was a wonderful time in my life, but I'm here now. What do I have now that I can count as my blessing? They just did a gratitude study, and they found that people who spend a few minutes a day looking at, with gratitude at everything that they have, that they're healthier, they live longer, they have less anxiety, less stress, they lose weight. So practice gratitude. And then the last one here is the kite, and it says, practice gratitude, but go take a vacation. So this year you're going to have a really good vacation. Dave and I have been privileged to go on several cruises, and the cruises were personality changing. I mean, they were just wonderful. And one of the biggest things is the beautiful people that you travel with, right? And you sit there and you talk to and you have drinks with. And so they've been very wonderful. So that's what you need to do, have that kind of fun. And then lastly, you need to plan ahead. The kangaroo is always about planning ahead. So that means if you are supposed to take that vacation, make sure that you plan ahead, that you save enough money, that you plan when it's going to be, and then it'll be simple. All right, take care.
Yeah, and the thing I learned about vacationing and stuff is, some people say, oh, it's too expensive or something like that. Well,
it's an investment in yourself.
I think experiences are more valuable than things.
I agree.
You don't need stuff, but experiences, you keep that with you forever.
Wow.
Doggone
Dave has
it.
taken over the show. I know it.
Hey, you want to do this yourself?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, we already did Sharon.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Christine.
Okay, Christine.
September 27th, 1955, Oak Park, Illinois.
You have the egg. It means that you put all the energy in and you're assured of success. It's going to hatch out beautifully. So all the things that you've been dreaming about for such a long time are going to come true. Next are the flowers. The flowers are happiness. So when things come true, your heart is going to soar and there's going to be a lot of happiness around you. Then you have the caterpillar. It says that part of this happiness and joy is to realize that there's always changes coming. And that's how actually I know that happiness comes from within. I mean, it's a thing you hear people say, right? But it's like to actually know it yourself, because if I'm here or I'm someplace else or I'm on a cruise, the different, or if I'm in the middle of a field someplace, or if I'm lying on the floor broken, the attitude I take about it is what really makes the difference. So the change is always coming, but you can always choose happiness. And then the mule is that there may be some extremely stubborn people surrounding you. And I would say, number one, always listen, pay attention to their stubbornness, understand that people, even stubborn people who you don't like, might have a point. Take a deep breath and then just bless them and move on. That's how you do it. And then lastly, the overall writing card is a needle and thread. And the needle and thread is always about wishes being granted. So it says a wish this year will be granted for you. So make sure you wish smartly. Okay, take care.
All right, now, last but not least, we have Jeannie from Pensacola, Florida.
Okay.
I've been to Pensacola, Florida.
Have you?
I lived in Biloxi. It's right next door. All right, and she was born July 20th, 1964. Okay,
Jeannie. Okay, you have the ring, and it says that a marriage for sure this year is going to take place. It can be a romantic marriage, or it can be a partnership in a business, but it's definitely a marriage of thought, a marriage of the way, moving along in stride with somebody else. That's what it's all about. And then you have the bird flying. It says that good news is on the way. So the bird flying is there to tell you, when a marriage comes up like this, sometimes you need confirmation that you're making the right choice. So the bird is going to come and tell you you're making the right choice. And then the ear is about good news. So what you're going to hear from the bird is good news. So all in all, so far this year is pretty wonderful. And then the next one is the mountain road, and it's the road to success. So really, there are no blockages except your own double thinking things. And you're going to be, it's just going to be a great 2017. And then the final one is the tree, and the tree says that your family is going to come back together again. Your roots are going to come together. Once you're successful, then you're also going to have the family you always wanted and the support you always wanted. Wow, good, great reading.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeannie. We appreciate it.
Love these guys.
And thank you, everybody else, for joining us. We appreciate it so much. Don't forget, going to be taking next week off because she's going to be having very minor one-day surgery.
Okay, very minor. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, everybody, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right.
We don't know what we're doing yet, but it'll be cool. We promise.
It will be. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.